the ECU reset that rewrites your car's behavior. There's a secret living inside every modern vehicle, a digital brain that learns everything from the way the previous owner drove to how the car behaves in traffic. This system is known as the Engine Control Unit, or ECU. It's smart, adaptive, and it's holding your car back. And see, when someone buys a used car, they usually focus on the mechanical condition. But what they don't realize is that the ECU stores driving habits. If the previous driver was someone who barely touched the gas, only drove short distances, or never went beyond 2,000 RPM, the ECU adapts to that. It builds a map based on laziness and passes that map to the next owner. The result? The car feels sluggish. Throttle response is dull. The transmission doesn't shift like it should. It's like driving with a performance handbrake you can't see. Dealerships know this. Their solution? A $300 software recalibration done with a diagnostic computer. But here's the twist, right? It can be done at home in less than 20 minutes and it costs absolutely nothing. Start with the battery. The key is to disconnect the negative terminal first, then the positive, but the real magic comes next. Most people stop here and think the ECU resets. It doesn't. There's still residual electricity stored in the vehicle systems. To fully wipe the ECU's memory, take both battery cables, positive and negative, and touch them together. Hold them like that for 90 seconds. It's completely safe because the battery is no longer in the circuit. What this does is drain every capacitor in the system. It's like flushing every drop of old memory out of the brain. Once that's done, reconnect everything in reverse order. Positive first, then negative. Then start the engine. Don't be alarmed if the idle is a bit rough at first. The system is relearning. Here's the fun part. Now it's time to teach the ECU how you drive. Drive it on the highway, through city streets, up hills, and with a few bursts of acceleration. This builds a fresh map, one tailored to actual performance. Within minutes, the car feels sharper, faster, and just alive. And this single step rewires your car's personality. It's not just a reset, it's a rebirth. 2, the illegal fuel system. Deep clean they don't want you to know. Fuel injectors are the unsung heroes of every modern engine. They're precise, fast, and absolutely critical, but over time they get clogged, coated with carbon, and become less efficient. The average advice? Throw in some premium gas once in a while, but that's a myth. Octane levels have nothing to do with cleaning power. They just resist knocking. Nothing more. What's really needed is a fuel system flush, and not the overpriced kind from a shop. Here's the DIY formula that shops don't talk about. It uses 3 ingredients: a professional-grade injector cleaner like Techron or Redline SI1, 99% isopropyl alcohol, and a splash of synthetic 2-stroke oil. Sounds wild, right? But this combo is all about balance. Start when the tank is nearly empty. Pour in double the recommended dose of the injector cleaner, then add half a liter of 99% isopropyl alcohol, not the drugstore version, but the high purity stuff from industrial suppliers. Lastly, pour in 200 milliliters of synthetic 2-stroke oil. Now fill the tank with regular gas and drive. Over the next 300 kilometers, this mixture does what premium gas can't. The cleaner dissolves carbon, the alcohol removes moisture, and the 2-stroke oil lubricates the entire system. Injectors, pump, even valves. It's normal for the engine to run a little rough at first. It's cleaning itself from the inside out. But once it clears, the difference is dramatic. Smoother acceleration, better fuel economy, and protection for the parts that usually cost a fortune to replace. It's like giving your fuel system a full spa treatment for the price of a lunch. 3, adjusting tire pressure for max efficiency and grip. Tire pressure might sound like basic stuff. Most people just follow the sticker on the door, but here's the thing, that number isn't magic. It's a compromise made by the manufacturer, balancing comfort, safety, and fuel regulations. But when the goal is performance and control, that number needs tweaking. On highways, bump the pressure up by 3 to 5 psi. This reduces rolling resistance and improves fuel economy, though often by up to 7%. Less flex means the tire deforms less and wears more evenly. In city driving, increase the rear tire pressure by 2 psi. This creates a more stable understeering bias. The car becomes more predictable in corners, and safer during emergency braking. For spirited driving, do the opposite. Drop all tires by 2 psi. This widens the contact patch and gives more grip. Acceleration, braking, and cornering all feel tighter, more responsive. One rule though, always use a high-quality digital gauge, not the old-school needle ones at gas stations. And always measure when tires are cold. That means at least 3 hours after the last drive. Just this small tweak gives better mileage, better grip, and a more confident driving feel. 4. Cleaning the intake system for a stronger breathing engine. The intake system is like the lungs of your car. It pulls in air through the filter, past the throttle body, through the manifold, and into the engine. But just like human lungs, it clogs up with grime over time. Inside the throttle body and manifold, there's a cocktail of crankcase vapors, fuel residue, and dust, even if the filter is clean. Over time, these deposits restrict airflow, reduce performance, and make the engine run rich. Cleaning it sounds complicated. Dealerships say it needs special tools, but with a toothbrush, some microfiber towels, and the right cleaner, it's a job anyone can do. Start by removing the air filter housing and the intake tube that connects to the throttle body. What's inside usually looks gross, oily, black gunk caked on everything. Spray a throttle body cleaner, scrub gently, and wipe it down. The intake manifold is next. Use the brake booster vacuum line to introduce an intake cleaner spray directly into the engine while it's running. Short bursts are key. Let the engine suck it in, cough a little, and then soak. Once the soak is done, start it up. It'll smoke like crazy. That's all the dissolved carbon burning away. Take it for a spirited drive and clear it all out. The engine will feel younger, snappier, and smoother almost instantly. 5. Sharpening your automatic transmission with pressure tuning. Automatic transmissions are tuned to be soft. Manufacturers want buttery, smooth shift or it's not snappy performance, but that smoothness comes at a cost: heat, slippage, and faster wear. Older transmissions, especially those with a vacuum modulator, can be adjusted mechanically. Inside the modulator is a spring that controls line pressure. More pressure equals faster, firmer shifts. By adding 1 or 2 small washers under the spring, that base pressure increases. The difference is instant. Shifts become crisp, downshifts happen faster. There's less lag, less hesitation, and way less heat. For cars with modern electronic transmissions, this mod isn't possible mechanically, but there are tuning tools that offer similar results. Just be sure to monitor transmission fluid levels and heat. Firmer shifts actually reduce wear, despite what some believe. 6. Optimizing engine temps with a thermostat swap. Engines like to run hot, not too hot, but warmer than most factory settings allow. Standard thermostats open between 82 to 88 degrees Celsius, which is fine for most situations. But performance peaks at 90 to 95 degrees Celsius. Swapping to a high-temperature thermostat, one that opens at 92 degrees Celsius, brings the engine into that sweet spot. The fuel burns more completely, the oil flows better, the engine feels more alive. And just make sure the cooling system is in good shape before making the change. That means a clean radiator, functioning fans, and no leaks. After installing the new thermostat, purge the air from the system carefully. Any trapped air creates hot pockets that cause overheating. The result? Quicker warm-ups in cold weather, more stable engine temps, slightly better fuel economy, and stronger top-end performance, all from a $20 part. 7. Advancing ignition timing for extra power. Spark timing controls when the fuel-air mixture ignites. Too late and you lose power. Too early and you risk knocking. But manufacturers leave a big safety margin, especially for poor quality fuel and lazy maintenance. Here's the trick. A small adjustment to the crankshaft position sensor can advance the timing slightly. Just 2 millimeters of rotation counterclockwise can result in a 3 to 4 degree advance. That's enough to feel a difference in throttle response and torque. This trick only works if premium fuel is being used. High-octane gas resists knock, which makes this mod safe, but if regular fuel is used after advancing timing, detonation can damage the engine. After the tweak, test it. Drive normally. If there's any metallic pinging under load, reduce the advance, but once dialed in, the engine wakes up. Throttle feels snappier, power comes on stronger, and fuel economy might even improve. 8. regenerating the catalyst without replacing it. The catalytic converter, that expensive chunk of metal in the exhaust, can get clogged. It fills with carbon and loses its ability to flow gases efficiently. The common fix? Replace it. That's a $500 to $1,500 job. But there's a better way. It's called the Italian tune-up. No tools, no chemicals, just heat and RPMs. Fill up with premium gas, get on a highway, and keep the engine spinning above 3,000 RPM for 30 minutes. That sustained load raises the catalyst's temperature to 600 to 800 degrees Celsius, hot enough to burn off carbon deposits inside the honeycomb structure. During the drive, there may be a metallic smell. Yeah, that's the carbon cooking off. Afterward, power comes back, fuel economy improves, and that rotten egg smell disappears. Do this every 10,000 kilometers, especially if most driving is stop and go. Over time, city driving creates the perfect storm for catalyst clogging. Constant idling, short trips, and low exhaust temps. The catalyst never gets hot enough to clean itself. That's where the Italian tune-up flips the script. By forcing sustained heat through high RPMs, the chemical reactions inside the converter reignite. Think of it like running a self-cleaning oven, how it just needs the right conditions to do its job. Some drivers even notice the car feels smoother at higher speeds after doing this. Acceleration becomes more linear and throttle hesitation fades. It's a performance reset for a part that's often ignored until failure. And the best part? No need for expensive catalyst cleaners in a bottle. This method uses physics, not marketing, to restore function. Just make sure to pick a quiet stretch of highway where steady RPMs can be maintained safely. After the session, let the car cool down at moderate speed. That cool down phase helps prevent thermal shock and preserves the converter's structure. This simple habit and 30 minutes of spirited driving every few months can extend the life of your catalytic converter by years and save hundreds in repairs down the line. 9. Silencing chassis, creaks, and suspension groans. Noisy suspension doesn't always mean broken parts. Sometimes it's just dry bushings and joints crying for lubrication. A $5 can of silicone spray works wonders. Silicone is safe on rubber, unlike WD-40 or petroleum-based sprays. Use it on control arm bushings, stabilizer bars, and shock seals. For vehicles with grease fittings, use a grease gun and fill ball joints and tie rod ends. If the fittings aren't there, some enthusiasts install them manually. A bold move, but worth it. Even shock absorbers have upper seals that can dry out. A touch of white lithium grease can silence those groans. Just doing this once or twice a year transforms the way the vehicle sounds and feels on the road. It's like tightening your car's skeleton. 10. The chemical vapor bath that restores engine health. This is the grand finale, the deep internal wash. It's not just about cleaning injectors or manifolds. This is about reaching the tops of the pistons, the valves, and the combustion chambers. Carbon builds up there over years. It reduces volume, increases compression, causes detonation, and robs power. Direct injection engines suffer the worst because the fuel never touches the valves to clean them. The solution? A chemical vapor bath using a dedicated induction cleaner sprayed into the intake manifold via the brake booster vacuum line. With the engine running, spray in short bursts. The engine may stumble and smoke, that's normal. On the final spray, shut the engine off with the chemical trapped inside. Let it soak for 20 minutes, start it back up and go for a drive. The smoke will be intense, clouds of white exhaust as the carbon burns away. Once it clears, the difference is undeniable. Quieter idle, better throttle response, less knock, and a whole lot more pep. This process doesn't just restore power, it saves the engine from long-term wear caused by hot spots and abnormal combustion. Many modern engines that feel tired or rough aren't mechanically broken. They're just coated in years of carbon buildup. This chemical vapor treatment acts like a detox, unclogging the arteries of the engine in a way that regular maintenance never touches. It's especially powerful on cars with over 80,000 miles where traditional cleaning methods barely make a dent. The cleaner used needs to be a true induction system product, not brake cleaner or fuel additive. And the results are best when the engine is fully warmed up before application. After the soak, Driving with hard acceleration is essential to burn off the remaining residue. Expect a bit of roughness at first. The system is purging itself. But after 10 minutes, things settle into a rhythm. The throttle feels eager, the engine revs cleaner, that slight ticking noise at idle gone, and if there was any hesitation or stumbling before, it's likely vanished. This isn't a magic trick, it's chemistry, heat, and physics working together. Every combustion engine collects this buildup eventually, but now there's a way to fight back, and without opening the engine, without replacing parts, and without dropping thousands at a repair shop, and every one of these tricks breaks the mold. They go against what dealerships want car owners to believe, that the only fix is a costly one, performed by someone else. But here's the truth. Most vehicles have hidden performance just waiting to be unlocked, not with risky mods, not with flashy parts, but with smart maintenance that restores what the factory muted. The car doesn't need to be new to run like it. It just needs the right kind of attention, the kind that's been kept behind shop doors for decades. If this breakdown saved you time, money, or gave your ride a second life, share it. Like the video, hit subscribe, and don't forget to activate the bell so you never miss the next drop of forbidden knowledge. There's more to learn, more to unlock, and way more the industry doesn't want out. The road to smarter car ownership starts here. Thanks for watching.